Kindie Rockstars. Prepare for a treat, let's meet and greet some bands and singers that are super sweet, making music that's fun for boys and girls. Help them learn about this great big world. Fun for the family, yes it's true, your kids will love it and you will too. Clap and dance and sing aloud, become a part of the Kindie crowd. These songs will make you move your feet and give your ears a great big treat. So settle in, grab your guitars, and let's get to know our Kindie Rockstars. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kindie Rockstars. This is the show that gives you the stories behind the songs from some of the best bands and singers that are making fun, informative, educational, catchy, and occasionally silly songs for children and families. I'm your host, Patrick Adams, and each episode of Kindie Rockstars will feature an artist and a featured song. So let's get to this week's show. Joining me today is Mandy Morris from Music with Mandy. Mandy, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
You got it. So tell us about yourself and how you got into Kindie music.
So I am a jazz vocalist and children's entertainer and an arts educator here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And I brought my love of working with children together with my love of jazz, and Music with Mandy was born.
Yeah, no, I could definitely tell. I listened to your songs and I could tell the jazz influence. I was going to ask you about that. That's sort of a unique sound from many of the people I've interviewed.
Yeah, I studied jazz at Grant MacEwan College or Grant MacEwan University, and I just fell in love with the art form. The city I grew up in is Medicine Hat, and they have one of the best jazz festivals, in my opinion. So I spent my childhood going and taking in those live music experiences, and the genre really speaks to me, and I just love swinging.
So what's the Kindie scene like there in Calgary?
It's a really tight-knit group of artists. We like to work together when we can. We try to support each other in any projects that we have going on. And there's some really great opportunities for performances when they're allowed, of course.
And so have you been out and about performing live in Calgary or elsewhere in Canada or any other part of the world?
This summer, I've been very lucky to be able to perform live in Calgary. I worked with some incredible drag performers actually this summer to do a Drag for Kids show featuring some of the music from my new album that's coming out in October.
Very good. So one of the questions that, because I'm curious about how everybody handled the lockdown, but how did you handle that? Did you have things scheduled that you had to cancel? And then how did you transition during that period?
Well, the music we're going to hear today was supposed to be recorded on March 16th, 2020. So we had to cancel the recording the day before, which was a really difficult choice because I actually had 5 young vocalists who were going to be featured on this album. And they had been rehearsing for 3 months to get ready for this performance. So this recording. So it was pretty heartbreaking to have to cancel. And then when we finally were able to go back into the studio, it was August and things were still working to keep everything as distant as possible and not singing together basically at all. So they weren't able to come into the studio the way we had imagined. So we kind of rewrote some of the music. We rearranged some stuff. We wrote some new songs and kind of transitioned the direction of the album, which I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. I think that it really reflects the time and really starts to tap into those self-care practices that we had to establish during lockdown. And now I just have a lot more content, so I have a whole other album ready to go.
Excellent. All right. Are you ready to get into the songs?
Sure.
This episode's song is called From My Head to My Toes. Mandy, tell us about this song.
This is the title track off of my newest album, and it is all about self-love. I wrote From My Head to My Toes because it took me as an individual a long time to truly love myself, every inch of me, just the way I am. And it's a practice that I still continue to have to practice and combat negative thoughts. So I decided that I wanted to write a song modeling unconditional self-love for children, with the hopes that maybe they would learn the words to the song and sing along with it. I think that there's lots of great songs out there by so many Kindie artists where it's like, I love you because you are this way, and like that parent to a child or teacher to a child or children to each other, building each other up. But we can also build ourselves up from inside. So From My Head to My Toes is just blatant self-love. I love all parts of me from my head to my toes. And I'm really passionate about that message. And I hope that modeling that helps inspire the next generation.
Yeah, no, excellent message for kids.
Thank you.
All right, let's listen to the song. Here is From My Head to My Toes by Music with Mandy.
I love all parts of me, from my head to my toes. The heart that beats inside of me and my little nose. I love all parts of me, outside and in. My thoughts and curiosities, the smile above my chin. I love my eyes because I like to look at the sky. I love my head. It holds my brain and all the things I've read. I love my arms. I can use them to keep you warm. I love myself because I am like no one else. I love all parts of me, from my head to my toes. Heart that beats inside of me and my little nose. I love all parts of me, outside and in. My thoughts and curiosities, the smile above my chin.
I like my creativity and my ability to think outside of the box. I like my kindness that I can show to all people around me, especially my friends. And I like my eyes because they look like pebbles in a flowing river.
I love my ears. I like the music that I can hear. I love my legs. They help me stand tall and feel real brave. I love my mouth, so I can speak my truth, sing and shout. I love myself because I am like no one else. I love all parts of me, from my head to my toes. The heart that beats inside of me and my little nose. I love all parts of me, outside and in. My thoughts and curiosities, the smile above my chin.
I like that I am good at drawing. I like that I'm tall. I like my toes. I like like that I'm funny.
I like my head. I like me.
All right. So, Mandy, tell everyone where they can stream and download that song and where they can find you on social media.
You can follow me on Instagram at Music with Mandy and on Facebook. You can listen to all of my music at Music with Mandy on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, and anywhere you listen to music.
Excellent. Well, Mandy, thank you so much for doing the show. It's been great talking to you.
It's been so great talking to you. Thank you so much for having me.